Shane.
Nice to meet you. Nice to
Yeah,
meet
nice
you.
to meet you, Shane. Nice to meet you too, man. Good. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah. So how did Expired start? So it started in 2020, is that right?
Yes, that's right. Well, like a lot of other bands, when the pandemic hit, uh, I was in other bands, and everything was shut down, so I couldn't practice with anybody. So I decided to learn some software on my own and start writing my. Well, I had the idea in 2019, anyways, but then the pandemic hit and push came to shove. So I ended up recording my own songs, writing like 5 songs, and then decided to release an EP on my own. And I wasn't by myself; I had help from other people. A really good friend of mine, Piero Baiani, he uh, he showed me how to use the software, how to use drum software, and I just buckled down and did everything on my own.
Hmm, that's cool. I
Yeah,
think it's kind of
yeah.
funny that in 2020 you came out with a post-apocalyptic theme.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. Yeah. And I had that idea in 2019
Yeah, yeah.
because I love, like the movies like Mad Max and The Road, stuff
Mm,
like that. I love those movies. So that's one of the ideas I had in my head. But there's a whole story that goes along with it. Because every one of my albums that I write is it's like a mini series.
mm.
So the first EP was the first block of that mini series that I'm writing. So I have an idea of how many albums I want to write, and it's like a mini series for a film.
Mm. Yeah, that's cool. And so did you have that visual idea from the outset as well? Like, the whole kind of character look and everything?
I did, yeah, yeah. I had
Yeah.
it right from the start, and I kind of got the idea from Queens of the Stone Age, the Boneface artwork from well, the one that was released in was it 2015 or 16. They had great visual artwork on there, Boneface artwork, the animation,
Mm.
and I just ran with that style with the bandage wrapped around the head and leather jackets, kind of like Queens of the Stone Age had too. So I just changed things up a little bit here and there to make it my own, but yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, it's cool. And then obviously September, the expiry date EP comes out, and you had a couple of videos. That On My Way
Mm-hmm.
is where'd you film that? Out like the forest somewhere? That looks great.
Yeah, actually, that's my father's camp that he has, an old hunting camp he had. So I just had all these ideas all written down, and my wife came with me, and she set up while I set up the tripod, and I just said, well, you just have to hit record,
Mm.
and I'll do everything else. So I set up all the planning, and she just tagged along with me on a very cold day, roof down on the BMW.
Wow. Yeah.
And yeah, it was a long day, but we got it done.
Mm.
Yeah, that On My Way was a lot of fun to do, but it's a long day at the same time.
Yeah, yeah. And then 2021, The Reaper's Line, the album came out.
Yeah.
Obviously it's the same story, but visually it kind of has a bit of a different look. Was that what made you decide to kind of change it up a bit with that?
Well, there was growth involved from the EP. So the EP was almost like a test, see
Mhm.
if I could do it. So after I released that album, I was like, yeah, I can do this. And so I dug really deep on that one there. It was more dark in nature. There's the thrash elements involved and some black metal in there because I love both those genres anyways.
Mhm.
Um, so I had help from friends. Like I have a friend in Nanaimo, BC, and he gave me a few ideas. He sends me pictures of some visuals. We bounce ideas off each other, uh, and that's about it. That's how Reaper's Line had come about. Um, but like I said, it's another chapter to the character story.
Mm.
So all that stuff is in my head that I'm writing about.
Mm. Yeah, it's cool. And away from Expired just for a little bit,
Mhm.
Earth AD, like it's sort of been, so what, 1989? Is that when that all kicked off with your brother?
No, that was 1990
Oh,
actually.
there you go. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, when we first started, we were a Misfits cover band. That's why
Mm,
the name Earth
yeah.
AD.
Yeah.
And then we started writing our own stuff, and we released a 7-song EP, 9-song cassette, 3-song vinyl,
Mm,
uh, and then we released a couple of CDs after that. One was uh, 12 songs back in '98, and we had a video for one of those songs as well. And then we had On the Surface, which was 2005.
mm.
And we were still practicing and playing shows, but that's when pandemic hit,
Yeah. Yeah.
and we couldn't get together. So I started writing my own stuff.
No, fair enough.
That's what happened. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's is there a future in Earth AD? You guys planning on getting back on the stage?
We've never really talked about it that much. Actually, we haven't talked about it at all. I think I put all my focus in Expired.
Yeah.
Uh, Not to say that Earth AD can't happen, because it can still happen.
Mm,
But it's so easy for me just to sit down and plug in my computer and just write everything. I don't have to bug anybody to come over to practice. They don't have to organize any schedule except for my own in front of my computer. I'm
mm.
all on my own time. So that's
Yeah.
that's where that is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And again, outside of your own stuff, what have you been checking out lately? What have you been listening to?
Oh, yeah. Like, I'm a big Voivod fan. Yeah, they're
Mm.
one of my main influences with this project. I don't know if you've heard Spirit World yet.
Yeah, yeah.
The new album is it's so good. Satan, the new Satan album is really good. Uh, Chemist, I like a lot. Paradise Lost, I love. Mastodon,
Mhm.
and I love 12 Foot Ninja. Do you know who they are?
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Yeah, yeah, I really like them. Moontooth is another group I like. Prong's got a new single out, and they're another major influence on me.
Mm,
Um, I love Celtic Frost. I love all the old thrash and black metal stuff,
mhm,
and that's what influences me a lot to write the way I do.
mm,
And I don't know if it shows in my music. I try to be as original as I can as well.
mm,
Uh, but I don't know what people hear in each song or each album.
mm. Yeah. Did you get the Voivod box set that came out recently? I've been listening to
I
that.
did
That's
not,
really
but
good.
my brother did get the vinyl one. He did.
Yeah,
He did get that. He got that at Christmas time, so it was
yeah,
really cool. Yeah.
yeah. It's good stuff.
But the new album, Synchro Anarchy, was
Mm,
like my top. It was my number one album of 2022.
mm.
I just love that album. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've heard the band Night before.
yeah. I don't know. No. Cool.
NITE. They're
Oh,
really
okay.
good as well. Yeah,
Cool.
they're from the US. Yeah, check them out if you can.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I really like that Spirit World album. I
Yeah.
think it was like number 2 or number 3 on my list for 2022.
Yeah. Nice. Cool. So January 2nd this year, Ominous comes out. The second album, you got a physical release as well, which is cool.
Right?
Is it
Yeah.
is that the cover behind you? Is that what I can?
I had painted that.
Yeah,
I
nice.
painted the cover. Yeah, yeah, that
That's
is it.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
Thank you.
So yeah, so did the writing change, or like your approach? Do you think it's changed since, starting
It
out?
did change. I find it's changing album from album, and like, I'm writing new stuff right now for another release, but I'm always looking for growth, and I find if you're not growing, you're not going anywhere. You're going backwards or you're staying the same, and that's just not the way I am. I just gotta keep changing, but trying to stay true to Expired project at the same time.
Hmm.
And I don't know where it's going to take me. And I think it's like that for all musicians. They don't know where their next album's really going to take them until they're sitting down and writing something. I've got 3 new songs right now. I find it's more in the Helmet vein. But when I show people stuff and I say, this is what it sounds like to me, and they're like, no, I don't hear that. But that's what I hear in my head. But everybody else is different.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool. And you got the Night Traveler video as well from this one, and with Shannon and Piero in there.
Yeah.
Is this are these new characters
Piero,
as well?
yeah, yeah. Shannon. Well, I don't ask these members to dress up only if they want to.
Mm,
And when they were on board to, I love the idea. I,
mm.
and I have another video planned for the song called The Lake.
Yeah, cool.
And I have another character made for that because I'm visually artistic at the same time. I want different characters because, like I said, it's like a mini series. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I have going on, different characters, different songs, different moods,
Mm,
and I look forward to the next album. And this one has just been released, but I'm already looking forward to releasing something new.
mm.
But I've been mixing this. Me and Piero's been mixing this album for 3 or 4 months. And when you're sitting in a room mixing for a long time like that,
Mm.
you're ready to move on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it. The songs.
We've never played live yet.
Mm.
Go ahead.
The songs are fresh to like me, but to you, like you've heard them over and over again, haven't you? Like us, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've had them written for a year now, and I've been hearing them over and over. But
Mm,
and I get it; they're fresh to your ears. But
mm.
I'm already ready to move on.
Yeah, yeah. So, with the other two guys, yeah, you've sort of touched on it there. Is there any chance you think you'll bring Expired to the stage?
I'm working on that right now. Piero's on board 100%. Yeah,
Cool.
he's a fantastic guitar player. He plays piano. He's a great vocalist. So that covers that part of Expired because there's a bunch of orchestra stuff in there as well.
Cool.
Shannon, he said he could do a show here and there. I have another drummer named Dave Schofield that's on board for a show here and there. I just haven't found a permanent bass player and a drummer. Those are the two areas. But I think I'd be able to find a drummer way easier than I find a bass player way easier than find a drummer. Because that stuff is pretty challenging.
Mm. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So when do you think we'll see the lake video?
So I need snow on the ground, and our winter has been really strange this year, warmer than normal.
Mm.
So we don't really have that much snow on the ground, and I need it. So until that day happens, I can only shoot it then, because this whole theme of this album is winter. And if I don't have any snow on the ground, then the theme's not there. Yeah. So I have a character made for that, and I'm just waiting for that snow to kind of be permanent so that I can go and shoot that video.
Mm. Yeah, cool.
But it's like, and this year's might be a one-man project, but it's not really, because there's a lot of other people on the side that does the video shooting for me, and Piero's been such a great asset to this project, and my friend Steve in BC, he's so great. He gives me a lot of ideas. He sends me pictures that I've used inside the CD. I've had a good friend of mine named Lisa. She took the picture for inside the CD as well. So I have a lot of people on the side or behind me that they're backing me up a lot.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So when do you think? How far away do you think the next album's going to be? Was it talking next year or like?
I'm thinking the same thing, like an early 2024 release.
Mm.
I don't want to release an album in the same year.
Yeah.
I'll let this one sink in to everybody else, but I'm thinking January again. So I better get to work because I've got 3 songs right now, and I get nervous because I want to try to outdo what I've done before.
Yeah.
And I put a lot of pressure on myself. So it's all up to me, I guess.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, look, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Shane, thanks heaps for your time. It's a really fun, cool sounding project, man. I'm enjoying it. Cheers,
well, thank you very much for your interest and contacting me. This is great. Thank you. You're doing a
Cool.
great thing.
Oh, thanks, man.
I've watched your interviews, and it's been great.
Oh, cool. Thanks a lot, man. All right,
It's right
sweet.
on.
Well, from across the seas. Have a
Yeah,
good
right
one,
on.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, good, cool. Talk to you later. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, man. Yeah.
I close my